We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
I know I'm not the one. Don't fake it well, you don't belong to me.
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Holocaust of the Ekajati. I am your host for the evening, Jason. And the show is brought to you by the Diaber Adventuring Company and the Nerd Eternal Network. With me today, as usual, we have Eric playing Adrian Steele, Taylor playing Danru. I'm not going to do that whole name. Sarah playing Kat, and Jaden Francis, played by Anna and Zach, respectively. Completely blanked on the name there for a second. Anyway. And hopefully Patrick will be joining us shortly to play Hull. Sorry, I've been running all day. I've had like an hour of sleep and a 5-hour energy, so...
Good lord.
Tonight should be fun. Sadly, that's not that unusual on a Tuesday.
Ugh.
So much easier to do when I was in my 20s. Alright. So, who remembers what we did, 2 weeks ago since we missed the last session?
We escorted a couple repair guys down into the bowels of the space station to repair a busted auto dock, and got jumped by people who were probably just a little bit more than your common street thugs.
I kind of feel like they were there for us and not the technicians.
What would make me that?
Hmm.
I can assure you they were not there for you.
Roll for deception.
Well, keep in mind, they're specifically the ones asking, so you know. But yes, everybody that was caught was actually a typical street thug. Station security recognized them. There was, however, one woman I believe it was, that was a little better equipped, a little better dressed than the rest of them. She, however, got away.
Not for lack of trying.
Not for the lack of trying.
Got her picture blasted everywhere.
And essentially chased her into the boonies. By the way, if she pops up anywhere on that station within visible range of a camera, that flag's going to go off again.
Everyone will be alerted.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
He wrote that into the system before he left.
So I will go ahead and ask if we are all in the same location at one point.
Well, y'all had gone back to... What was it? Mama Green's repairs? Mama Diane's repairs? What had we called that?
Mama Green's repairs.
Oh. And she had paid you whatever the agreed upon price had been.
I think it was 150, 300, something like that.
I thought I had written it down, but if I did, I don't know what page I wrote it down on.
300.
I have notes, but they're very poorly organized. Oh, and that was for a different campaign anyway.
Reminds me of some of the doctors I work with at work.
Well, I get an idea and I scribble it down, and like I got the name Casperella on here. I think that's the name of the planet y'all are orbiting, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think we ever mentioned the name of the planet we're orbiting.
Not when I reviewed the first episode we had. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but anyway. Enough about how well organized I am. Alright, so you'd finish that up. Mama Green had paid you. You had Made sure your assailant's face was plastered all over the place. Can't remember if you talked to station security about notifying you if she was found.
Oh yeah, I did.
But even if you hadn't, they probably would, just because, it's a case you're involved in. And if I recall right, what we were going to do tonight was the second job you had picked up.
Yeah, the totally not going to be dangerous shipping mission.
Precisely.
It's not a crate full of drugs and explosives. What are you talking about?
I mean, we did ask him if it was anything illegal. If he lied to us, we can go back there and just have words.
Hmm.
But just words?
Well, I mean, it always starts out with words. And then, other elements are brought in.
Words can hurt. You don't have to bring other things into it. Alright, now, where did I put my maps? Alright. So you're heading down to the planet. Let's see. Had we discussed what the cargo was exactly? I mean, he had said, farming implements or farming supplies. But as far as how much you were carrying down there,
We were told it was just a crate.
okay.
We would meet up and pick it up at the location where it was stored.
It is a very large crate. Has to be brought on with like a forklift, essentially. It's the future. It's a hovering forklift with RPG lighting or whatever. But anyway, so they run it up on there. They assure you this place you're delivering, will have their own to unload it. They strap it down, yada yada. Anything else you want on the station before you head down planet side?
We did get our bullets, right?
Yeah, we got bullets and space Cinnabon.
Yes, because y'all had done the shopping while y'all thought you were being followed. Anyway,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Barely
Then I
certain.
terrified that kid.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
kid had done nothing to you.
About that?
You go and terrify him.
Sure about that?
It's all about first impressions.
He doesn't know it was me. Good. Bear back one moment.
And also,
Oh,
I'd
that's
like to
true.
join the group too.
Well, I don't know. You were late, so I guess we can let you in.
So before we head out, Danru would like to have a team meeting.
I don't like the sound of that.
No.
If it
Make sure.
involves trust falls, I'm not interested.
Yeah. Cat would be like... Cat would probably show up, just be like, behind the mask, just shaking her head like, ah, shit. We're becoming a team. This
Patrick,
isn't
do you have
good.
Zoom turned on?
No, I do not. Give me one sec. And waiting to load. Sign in. Is it capital? Alright, there we are.
I'm back.
Alright.
Did we ever discuss if that fight had gotten us up still too?
I was about to ask whether how experience is working out now.
Oh yeah, we need to do something with experience at some point, don't we? Alright, let me get y'all resized. Oh, I looked out this time. It slapped Patrick on the bottom and didn't reorder any of you.
You slapped Patrick on the where?
It slapped Patrick on the bottom. I have never touched
Uh-huh.
I have never touched that before.
The fact that you walked into that, Jason, makes me very disappointed in you.
Well, as soon as I said it, I was like, all right, who's going to be the first one to say something? All right, but let's get everybody lined up. All right, Patrick, to catch you up, all we did was review what we did last time. You know, you took that job, that escort job, you got jumped. You're still kind of looking for the chick that did it. Or having station security look for her. And you are currently in the process of loading up on the ship to head down planet side. If there's anything you need to buy, any last minute something you need to do on the station, now's the time. And I believe Dan Rue is wanting to call a team meeting. Dan Rue, take the floor.
He holds the conch.
Everyone, thank you for coming to this. I would like to preface this with the fact I am 213 years old. I have not been in war for 130 of those years. Anyone I have pissed off is dead. Why are there professionals coming after us?
I honestly have no idea. Jade, do you have any idea?
Oh, nope. No idea.
Anybody want to make insight rolls, just let me know.
Well, I can, because I'm actually... and insight for me is... Ooh, that's good. Nice.
I'm not here to cast blame towards any of you for any of your life decisions. I've done things...
That's a 22 for insight for anyone who's trying to, like, say, I have no idea why people would want to kill me. I have no...
Yeah, you're well, Jade and Francis, give me a deception or persuasion, depending on whether or not you're lying.
Oh, there it is.
Change it to
Cat isn't saying a damn thing.
Damn it, Francis.
Yeah, Francis is a little, Jade seems... Let's see, what did you roll? Jade's being a little...
Dodgy.
Yeah. Francis is just flat out lying. He sounded about as sincere as Zach sounded saying it.
Jade just shakes.
Danru will go ahead and look at Zacho. Look, we already know you're willing to lie to take things. We understand this. I would understand if the police were after us. They are not. This is some kind of organized mercenary group. I need someone to give a full explanation of this, because I do not want to die protecting someone who has done something wrong. If you have done something good, but had to do a crime to do it, I will understand. Does anyone want to speak up?
Cat side-eyes Adrian hard.
He's neck deep in his computers right now. He's just kind of half there.
And how do you
Adrian,
What?
are you trying to avoid a question?
There was a question?
Any particular reason why people might go after you? I have a theory as to why, if they're linked to the incident involving the courier, maybe. But those two seem to be on very different... Those two didn't even seem like they were there.
Right. The two men who died with a weird blood rainbow thing are some kind of crazy cult. And if one of you were running away from them, I can see no reason why you would not be honest you're running away from them. That lady that left us said, hey, your squad's much better than I thought they would be, which means she is a professional and not a drug runner. I need to know why a professional is after us.
Could have
Brent's
something to
looking-
do with that battleship that went by that scanned us.
Yeah, that must be it.
I mean, they were looking for something. Maybe they went to the planet, scanned something, found us there, decided to come after us.
That sounds plausible. I mean, the cult is interested in this technology. We're interested in this technology on behalf of an employer. So it's likely there are other parties that are trying to get this stuff, and they might be trying to knock off any competition.
That sounds very
Danner just
plausible.
kind of looks down, breathes. All right.
Actually, Zach, give me a roll for Francis.
Persuasion?
Does he honestly think that might be where these guys came from?
He thinks it's a possibility.
But he's also trying to shift any kind of focus away from something he could have done to this.
Yes.
I'm still going to say deception, but it's a very plausible explanation he came up with, so I'll give you advantage on it.
He's wrapping a lie in a little bit of truth. Oh, nat 20!
Anybody that wants to insight that can.
Let's attempt to. That's not.
Is that with your bonus?
Okay,
I do not.
16 and a 19. Yeah, it's a perfectly plausible explanation. Now, that doesn't make you forget
That
how
he was lying
insincere he was
earlier.
earlier.
Extremely so.
But this is a very plausible explanation. He seems to be he seems to be serious about this as a possibility.
While I give you, there are multiple parties at play. This meeting is not to cast blame on anyone. I just wanted to double check with everyone and make sure we're not carrying any baggage with us. Nobody's saying they are. I'm going to trust all of you right now. I warn you, if I find out halfway through a fight you have been lying to me, there will now be a new fight within the fight.
Francis looks over at Jade, just gives a little bit of a gesture. Do we put our cards on the table? And she's just staring at me.
I mean, the things we may have allegedly permanently borrowed is for charity work.
Also true.
So you stole it?
Liberated from a hostile party.
Now, it's difficult because some of us are on camera, some of us are not. You have not actually stated any of this.
Yes.
You're not
Yes.
physically stating it in character right now.
I am physically stating this in character.
Yeah, and what I just said was stated in character.
Okay.
I mean, and charity is a liberal use of the word, I guess.
So you took something.
Maybe plural.
Took multiple things.
Yes.
Are they things the police would be after you for, or they would hire some back alley mercenaries to take you out?
They probably wouldn't have to hire outside of their own company.
And I don't think they would go to the police because they weren't necessarily on the up and up either.
So you stole something from people making something illegal?
That's one of their activities, yes.
You're gonna stay real vague about this, aren't you?
Yes.
Like the whole time they've been having this conversation, Kat's like been just glancing over at Adrian, like eventually just like does the hand gesture of
He's gone back to his tablets again.
Looks like it's Cat's decision.
she's going to find the nearest object and chuck it at the back of his head.
I'm going to roll a nat 2 for insight and notice someone has thrown something at another person.
Alright, Adrian, something bounces off the back of your
Maybe
head.
still.
I'm busy! What do you want? I mean, this thing isn't gonna write itself, you know? I mean, it'd be more helpful if everybody else can read this damn language, too.
She's like, there's like a mechanical sigh from the mask, and like she just face palms briefly for a second. We may or may not have. There's nothing physically liberated, but program-wise, there was something not so much liberated, but obliterated. And then we
Give away
left.
all my secrets, why don't you? Alright, fine. What do you want to know?
Well, you know what?
We barely know them!
I mean, who among us hasn't left a flaming pile of rubble behind them?
She just kind of motions like,
Ask
So,
whatever. Ask. You each get one question.
so you committed the equivalent of programming arson.
No.
nah.
You said you obliterated something.
You already
That
asked your
was a
question. Who's
program.
next?
Which group are you referring to?
I mean, it was a
My character obviously doesn't know this, but what's Kat's family name again?
Corvantis.
Corvantis. He just sighs and just. There was a very big pharmaceutical house known by the name of Corvantis. They were making a profit off of essentially experimenting on the destitute, downtrodden, and the poor, and not caring whether or not they killed. So I infiltrated their place of business, found their latest recipe, I suppose you could say, annihilated all known forms of data attached to it other than the copy that I have, and effectively completely destroyed their financial security for the next year.
Wow.
Yeah, so that people might be pissy about that.
They deserved it.
Danner waits for a moment.
Fucks.
How is that not the
told you
equivalent of programming arson?
Because I didn't burn anything down, I destroyed it.
That
Programming nuclear attack?
I think he's referring to more programming demolition is probably a better term.
In this case, it was technically a digital carpet bombing, but yes.
So I was just gonna keep it vague. You had to go into detail.
You're the one that chucked the thing at my head. I was just going to let it blow off and let him forget it, because I didn't want to talk about it. So, this is on you.
You just
Well,
flips on the
there-
bird.
So we have not one group that is potentially being followed by a professional assassin, but two groups.
She looks over at
Yeah.
Jaden Francis like, I knew I liked you guys.
Yeah, you were kind of throwing
Yeah.
up a lot of the same signals as us. It's.
I-
I can respect.
Actually, 3 groups.
Ah, shit.
Oh my god! Jade, we're back in the criminal gang!
Yay!
High fives all around!
It's like, well, this is my first heist, guys, so I'm just like,
I'm going
face
back to
palming.
work.
At some point in this conversation, Jim has walked into the room.
Jim, do you have anyone that might be trying to assassinate you?
No. Not
Just
even
checking.
And if you know what's good for you, back in the cockpit.
Sweet summer
He
child.
kind of toasts you with his coffee and heads back off.
Danner is going to count the people in this room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 people in this room, not me, correct?
Not you, yes.
Yes.
How is it all 5 of you are being followed by professional assassins have reached my ass, my 213-year-old ass, and not been murdered before I have to protect you?
Maybe you have some horrible karma built up. Have you done anything in your past that you might have someone following you? Is there another 213-year-old?
I mean, honestly,
I
war is a pretty good one.
I've waged no war against Kesh, and most everything else tends to have a lifespan under 130.
Yeah,
Maybe they
you should
got
tell the digital
grandchildren.
world that.
Also, it's not exactly like I was commanding anything, I was a single ground trooper.
Uh-huh.
If someone wanted vengeance on me, they've already tried and failed.
I mean, maybe you shot somebody's parent or lover, and they carry
Yes,
that hatred with
I'm
them.
sure I've stabbed a lot of people's lovers and family members. It's war. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go contemplate the fact that I have to protect 5 criminals.
Well, mine's
Wait,
not-
actually, let's back up. Number 3, what's your story?
Well, see, that's the interesting thing about my story, is that, well, I didn't so much get funded it, rather I was made into it. Well, people like me are constructed, as you might assume. Or at least know. I was hoping you understand that.
Yeah, people generally know what an Ashenborn? What they're called?
Ashen Forged, yes.
Ashenforged.
Ash
Yeah, people, that's a race essentially. People know about it.
Well, I was created and working at a research center, and I figured, now that's how I got into engineering, and figured this was just my life. Oh, turns out, over time I started to think about a lot of the research we were doing, and realize a lot of it was not nice. There's no other way of saying it. It was... Well, long story short, I later found out the group I was apparently created for was, I believe they're actually referred to some outside them as the Shadow Technocracy, and they may be trying to get me back.
Okay, when he says shadow technocracy, that would basically be like somebody standing up and saying the Illuminati is after me. But in a world where a lot more people believe in the Illuminati.
Danru is going to go ahead and pinch the bridge of what exists as sort of his nose. Alright.
other-
I'm gonna go get a drink.
That's the spirit.
Okay,
You know,
bye. Have fun. I'm gonna go back to work now that we're done sharing everybody's life stories. Moron.
You know, I feel a lot less bad about pissing off a brutal pirate gang now.
Hey, Danru, come on back. We're all kind of in this crap together. Mazel tov.
You say that as he comes back.
Alright, I'm back with my drink.
At least we all kind of did these things for decent reasons. I mean,
Oh no, I don't hate any of you for the things you've done. That's not the problem here. The problem is there are 3 different groups trying to kill us all now.
okay, now we just have to figure out which one's after us right now.
So you know what the
Don't
easy
think
part
of it as
is?
everyone's trying to kill us now. Think of us, they're trying to kill us together.
No, so you know what the easy part of this is? There's 3 separate groups after 3 separate groups of us, all of them trying to catch some form of bounty. We sick them on each other.
That could work.
Unless they start working together.
That could also
Have you ever
happen.
known mercs to work together for any lengthy period of time
She
when
kinda
there's
looks
money on the line?
She kind of looks over
When
like
their
our
bounties are for all separate people? Yes.
From the cockpit, you hear Jim go, "Are you ready to take off yet?"
That'd be lovely, thank you. I'm gonna go back to work now. Rest of you can piss off.
So you start hearing the warm-up noises of the ship getting ready to take off.
It'd be a nice job.
He gets clearance from the station to pull to launch.
So yeah, as Kat says that, Adrian just like puts the tablet down and just very slowly turns to look at her. Has any job we've done lately been easy?
It's a box. What's the worst that can go wrong? Don't answer that. Go back to your work.
Why have you uttered those words? Have you learned?
She does this a lot. Last time she said that, we walked into a hallway with a professional assassins trying to kill a courier.
She just like flips him off again and just goes to sit in her usual
I saw
spot.
that.
That was intended.
I know. I'll screw up your mask later. There will be gay porn on it.
Just shakes her head, finds something else, chucks it in its general direction.
Damn it, woman! Stop that!
Alright. So the flight down to the planet is fairly uneventful. The atmosphere is not devoid of other ships. You know, there are a regular stream of ships coming and going from the station, planet side. You know, a station this size needs a lot of food and what have you. While they are probably capable of hydroponics, to some people it's just not as good as fresh food actually grown in dirt somewhere. And agriculture is fairly cheap on this planet, as that's their main export.
Kansas, the planet.
Almost. I mean, there's a wide variety of climates, but you have a large temperate zone. Yeah, it's pretty much a breadbasket. All right. As you approach the planet, and I'm going to change the map, but that's just so the picture will look different on the stream, so we're not staring at the logo the whole time.
Hey.
Alright, so as you head for their spaceport, which is essentially a tower and then large roped off sections of a dirt field. The community you're going to is a relatively small community. Well, a small town, I should say. It's perhaps 10,000 people. So, small compared to what y'all are used to. On this planet, it's moderate size. As you fly in, you're flying over just scads and scads of farmland. Every now and then, there's a batch of forest. But the vast majority of it is wheat fields, cornfields, etc. To any of you tech guys, this is like the most boring place you could possibly be.
For Danru, it feels like home.
Danru's kind of digging it. He wonders briefly if this could be the home world.
No.
Don't think so?
I never think it's going to be that.
So you're looking for something that you don't think you'll ever find.
Vaguely. That's why I'm taking a gap year. The thing is, somebody will find it eventually, but there's going to be ruins.
Yeah, fair enough. And there have been no ruins or any sign of civilization or previous occupation on this planet. Which isn't unusual, as it does not have a crucible. Excuse me. You hear Jim call down to the tower. He gets which field or which landing pad to land on. Settles down without an issue. No one approaches the ship for a couple of minutes to let the dust settle. And where the station had like a hovering forklift, these guys come out with an old-fashioned wheeled one. You see exhaust coming out of it. It clearly uses some sort of biofuel. Which is...
Corn.
Probably. Some sort of ethanol, in all likelihood. You all drop the ramp for him?
Yep.
Okay. One guy walks up. He's got the paperwork. Jim's got y'all's copy. He, I don't know what the procedure is for this. Well, you bring it down from their station, so it's not like you're importing something exactly. So y'all go through the checklist. The forklift picks it up, turns around, heads off the ship. The guy with the paperwork tells you, come on down to the office, we'll finish filling this out, and, once I send off the form, y'all will get paid.
It's like, I thought it was just a tablet. We got your thumbprint and we just go.
Do they have the tablet?
I think we just had to get their thumbprint and the pay would drop in instantaneously.
I don't remember. Yeah, but that's good enough. Well, he still tells you to come with me, we'll check it out, make sure everything's in the package like it's supposed to be. After that, I'll thumbprint you. As you're heading down... Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
Go ahead.
As you're heading down the gangplank, the guy with the forklifts headed over towards the warehouse. You hear a kind of a high-pitched whine coming from one side of the field. You look up, and there are two vehicles, not speed. I'm thinking speeder bikes, a little bit bigger than that. Think of one of the land speeders from Star Wars, the thing Luke was driving in the first movie. The equivalent of a hovering car.
The equivalent of the space pickup.
Well, now I can't get that image out of my head.
Space El Camino.
Space El Camino.
That I would like to see. The whole 70s style anime about a space El Camino. Anyway. It's coming flying from one side. On the other side, you see several guys on kind of single-person vehicles, think speeder bikes. Both of them are beelining towards the forklift.
So are these space pickup trucks or more space technicals?
What now?
A technical is basically like the pickup truck with the machine gun mounted on it.
You do not see a machine gun mounted on it, though the people in the back appear to be armed. And it does have some sort of crane attached to the back of it. Not like a huge crane, but...
You just had to tempt fate, didn't you, Cat?
They would have shown up even if I hadn't have said anything.
Sure about that?
Fairly.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
He's going to half tap into the sim. Are there any explosives on those vehicles? the people who are armed.
What would you have to roll to know that? Is that one
Are
of your
they
abilities you
within
gotta
my
use?
range?
Do what now?
Are they within range? Like, how close are they?
Oh, a few hundred yards away.
Yeah.
So what ability are you using that would allow you to...
Oh, he's tapping into the sim.
Alright. Where is the description on that? Because I have a hard time believing that just makes you all-knowing. I'm sure there's
there
no role or
is-
something involved.
It's not all knowing.
I think Analyze Device, one of your prime abilities, might be better for that.
Well, he'd have to actually be visibly looking at the device at the time.
Yeah.
You know, looking at the truck isn't going to tell you are there explosives behind the, you know. behind the
He's
passenger
basically
seat.
trying to scan with the sim to see if there is any.
Alright.
Is there a man playing a flaming guitar on it?
There is not.
That would be amazing if there was.
The vehicles don't look Mad Maxy. They're
That
older
would
but serviceable.
also be
looking,
amazing.
But they are not like Mad Maxed up. You're a Cybermancer, right?
I am, yes.
So what is it you're trying to scan with?
He's activating his implant to access the matrix, essentially.
And is it a particular feature that's letting you scan things at a distance? I'm trying to find it in here on the book. Motion lag, interface, complex patterns. Y'all are level 2, correct?
Currently, yeah. It's a little vague of what the simulate intergalactic matrix is,
I assume that was going to be like the space internet.
kinda, I guess.
Alright.
I mean, cybermancers are known to be able to hack like reality.
Yes,
but-
that is true.
And actually, speaking of Cybermancers, Jason, the Cybermancer image actually is an Ashen Forge, so if you want to swap, that might be actually a good picture to use for my guide.
Do what now?
Oh, the Cybermancer image in the rulebook is actually an Ashen Forged, so that might be able to be a good image. That's why I'm not just the Blue Elf anymore.
Oh, come on. You like the Blue Elf. I know you do. Alright, so extended interface, yada yada yada. Yeah, I'm not seeing... That really just means your spells are things that kind of, or your powers are just kind of things that you pull from that virtual world into the real world. Let's see, code channeling is just your powers. Yeah, unless you got a specific ability you can point to that says you can scan things, I'm really not, at that kind of range, I'm really not seeing.
Okay, but never mind then.
Alright, so what are the rest of y'all doing?
Cat looks over at the guy that was leading, like, do y'all have any defenses for this kind of thing, or it's a welcoming committee? What's going on? She is more than prepared to let them take care of it.
You look around and realize the guy that had been walking next to you is already running back up the gangplank of your ship. He has dropped his little tablet clipboard thing.
Oh, fantastic. Thought they were just really militant space Amish.
The fearless leader, folks.
Look, you don't mess with the Amish extremists, okay? Running around, shaving people's beards, it's horrible.
We will churn this butter or else.
Looks over at everyone else. Well, I mean, we've got enough groups chasing us. What's another one? Anyone want to take pot shots?
Okay, something I just looked at. It's as long as you're in the Ark, almost anything with an electronic chip is linked to the sim in some fashion.
As long as you were in the Ark.
Which is where we're at.
Alright. Where is that flipping map?
Chapter 12.
Thank you.
So just to make sure I understand the situation, there are people with guns pointed at us. The only other person...
No one has pointed guns at you.
Sorry, people have driven up with guns.
Yeah, that's fair.
The only other person with us who just paid us is running at the gangplank of our ship.
Correct, correct.
He hasn't even paid us yet. This was supposed to be get his thumbprint and turn around and go home, but he wants us to come down to the office for tea and cookies.
And he is now inside our ship.
Yep.
Can guns penetrate our ship?
Well,
Yeah,
that would largely depend on the size and what type of weapon they're using.
Most handheld weapons, no. I mean, if you saw somebody with the equivalent of something like a bazooka, then yeah. Regular rifles and stuff, no, not really.
Dan will go ahead and pop his shield and just say, "Back to the ship."
Yeah,
Come on,
for
go
what
the,
for what I'm seeing, the Silrain Arc is what they call the Galaxy.
Well, it's one particular trade route, what I'm looking at. It's a major travel
Kat's
route.
just backing up into the ship. She likes that idea. She's not up to getting shot at today.
So is Jade.
Yep. So is Francis.
She looks over at the guy that ran up into their ship like, so, about that box. Why would someone want it?
I don't know. I mean, it was supposed to be, seed and a few tools and some replacement parts. He's got inside the ship and it's basically just taking cover behind, right inside the gangplank. Do all of y'all withdraw into the ship?
Yeah.
And as far as chips go, of course, your ship's got one. Some of y'all's equipment has got one. The space pickup does not appear to have one. A couple of the bikes do. Like I said, all of this stuff looks kind of older, so some of it either predates the chips or maybe at some point has been modified where it doesn't have one.
Still looking over at the guy. Do you know who the, I'm sure, fine, upstanding gentlemen in the pickup trucks out there are?
No, ma'am. As you're talking, that pickup swings by. Some of the guys in the back start working the crane. Some of them level their guns at the guy driving the forklift. He stops. He puts his hands up. They clamp the box.
Cat looks over. Easier to get it now than to chase him down.
Yep.
And they start to drive off.
Son of a bitch.
We're in a spaceship. We're faster than them.
Eric, were you trying to say something or not?
I forgot I had muted myself.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say, since it's just clamped on there, and they're starting to drive off, I'm going to use trigger device and make the clamp unlatch.
Okay. Does that require any kind of rolls? Let's see. Trigger device. Is that a power or a class feature?
It's one of my prime powers.
Let's see. Portal.
And I was going to do this before they start driving off, actually, because it says I can't do it if it's in motion. I can link it real quick if you want me to.
Oh, yeah, you've got it on there. Oh, yeah, that's much easier. How many of those did you put in there?
All of them.
All the ones you
Yeah,
do?
it sounds
or
about
all of them,
right.
period?
All the ones that I use.
Okay. That's still fairly impressive, but you're about to have me really impressed. I'm a little worried about you. Alright.
I don't have that kind of time, unfortunately.
Duration. Range, 60 feet. So they are going to be out of range.
Well then. One more. Yeah. We're still out of range. How far away are they right now, like before they start driving?
Oh, like 50, 60 yards.
Once again, I would like to reiterate, we're in a spaceship.
Yeah.
The gangplank is going to be heavier than 2 space pickups. We can literally hover on top of them.
If it sits, it fits.
Hmm?
If it fits, it's okay.
We can literally get up ahead of them, drop the gangplank on them. We can do whatever. We're in a spaceship, they're in space pickups.
Yeah.
Cat is all for this plan.
Alright. Whatever works.
Jim has a look of trepidation on his face when he hears Danru's plan.
Jim? Would you like to mention something?
Is there a problem with this plan, Jim?
Not in necessarily keeping up with him, but trying to keep up with them while getting low enough to drop the gangplank on them, without crashing the ship. I mean, I can probably do it, at least, 9 times out of 10.
Do we have any weapons?
Actually, I have a question. And this goes to Adrian. You said you actually can't get a signal to trigger the release?
Yeah, we just have to get within 60 feet.
Yeah.
He's like, Jim's like, I could
It
probably
can't
do
be
something.
in motion.
That's... Thing is... I can use a higher form of that power. And... motion doesn't matter. And I can be a little bit farther away. But I don't have too many of those in me a day. Or before I can rest anyway.
Well,
Actually, honestly... I could probably just take over the truck that has the thing in it with that power.
And just slam the brakes hard enough, you knock them unconscious.
Yeah?
look,
Yeah.
man,
I could.
Turn the engine off,
they're
all
stealing
sorts
some
of
farm
things.
equipment. Is it really worth potentially killing somebody over?
I'm really not
I mean, they're
believing
the
it's
ones
farm
brought
equipment
gun.
anymore.
But they
Do you,
didn't
know
use
how
the
much?
guns.
Do you have any idea? Did you have any idea how much a tractor actually costs?
Hey,
No,
while
not
we're
whatsoever.
prepping and moving to do all this stuff, I will talk with the man that just ran on our ship from these people. Hey, who are these people?
I have no
I
idea.
told Cat he didn't know.
I mean, some of the larger cities have, some gang problems or, what have you, but we ain't really had this kind of issue up here.
So if we fight these people, you're not going to have an issue with it.
No.
Cool. We're probably going to end up fighting these folk.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you get our stuff back, that'd be great.
Hey, Jim, does this ship have guns?
Yes,
Like
and it
some,
pans outside
but-
the ship.
What you got?
We've got 2 BB guns strapped to the window.
Got a potato cannon.
I
most
got old
devastating
Bessie
weapon.
here.
It
Alright.
used
Hey,
to
I
be
can-
T-shirt gun, but then we
Honestly-
got creative.
You let me get a hold of that, I could turn a potato gun into a rail gun, so...
Alright, let me find spaceship stats. I'll admit this has caught me off guard slightly. I had not planned on any ship combat until probably next session.
Well, it's good practice then.
Danru has a simple method of, if they have a vehicle and we have a bigger vehicle, why don't we just use the bigger vehicle?
Alright, does anybody remember if I said this was a light freighter or a heavy freighter?
I said it was a gunship.
Oh, which is a
Yeah,
light
modified gunship.
freighter. Okay.
Yeah, that's the plan, is we use the bigger vehicle on the vehicle that has the goods. We obliterate the other vehicles with our bigger vehicle. That's Adrian's plan.
Just land our vehicle on top of their vehicle and crush their puny vehicles.
That could also work.
You said you can actually shut off their puny vehicles.
It would take some doing. I mean, it depends on if they're actively working on maintaining the vehicle themselves or not.
Okay. You've got dual
we
cannons
just-
on here.
I mean, if we distract them and they stop manipulating the controls for a second, I could do that.
A shot across the bow might distract them.
Truly.
Alright, so you've got dual cannons, which do a D8 to piercing damage. That's, in ship scale though, so if you hit a person with that, you multiply it by 10.
Turn them into a fine mist.
Which I think is how the old D20 Star Wars game handled it.
Yeah.
The exact same way Starfinder handled it.
Random question.
Mhm.
If Adrian can get to where those guns are, like their controls, and if he used his power of voltaic charge, could he turn those dual cannons into rail guns by electrically charging them and firing the rounds with an electromagnetic charge?
This being piercing, it is probably firing old-fashioned ammunition.
Exactly.
Uh,
I mean, if these were lasers, I know the answer would be no. Basically, I'm asking is, can he use his voltaic charge to essentially create an electromagnetic field to fire these slugs at a much higher velocity?
if these things are using any kind of lead, I would say probably no.
But are they, though? Is the
I'm going to
question.
say yes.
Damn it. I wanted to make rail guns.
There'll be time in the campaign later for you to make rail guns.
Okay.
Alright, so anyhow,
Yeah.
Jim has, lifted the ship off. The space dock worker, traffic controller, whatever he would be called, looks alarmed when when you start lifting off and the thing shuts and he's still on board the ship. He runs over somewhere and sits down and straps himself in.
Probably a good plan.
Just let me know when it's over.
Well, we either do that or you're dead. One of the two.
You have a name?
Jonathan.
Nice to meet you, Jonathan.
Welcome to the chaos.
Is this usual?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The last couple of days, yes, it has been.
Well, I mean, typically, usually they're shooting at us, not stuff we drop off.
I mean, at least this time we're not surrounded by angry natives.
Yeah.
And
I don't
giant
know. Those guys down there might be
bugs.
angry. And what now?
and giant bugs. But
And robots. Don't forget robots.
I still maintain that if I'd had enough time, I could have turned that thing on our side.
Yeah, maybe.
Now he's saying that in character.
Alright, so you're taking off after him.
Yes, sir.
Alright, you have no problems matching their speed. Somebody, well, I guess I can give a. Oh, left my dice sitting across the room. Hang on just a second.
I have a question.
Yes.
When it comes to classifying something as a device, are we talking the entire thing as a device or individual parts of, say, like a vehicle as being devices?
I would say. On something like a car. I don't know, so many cars are computer have, computer. On like a typical car, you would get things like the radio, the door locks, the engine. On something like the crane on the back of that the pickup you're chasing, the crane would be a separate device that they just bolted onto the, because its control system does not work into the control system for the truck at all.
Okay. So the control system for the vehicle is counted as a single device. I can't manipulate specific portions of the control system.
Not on something like a car. Now, something like an entire starship, where you kind of got separate systems for different things, it'd be a little different. But
Okay. Alrighty.
so Jim gets you up in the air, turned, headed off. You see the pickup heading on, kind of flanked by the bikes. Some of the bikes zip out ahead and turn around, and the riders start firing their guns up at the ship, but they're firing pistols, so if anything, your hull might be taking a point of damage on a successful hit. Because I imagine
Would someone like to return fire and let them know just how badly outclassed they are?
Sure, I think Francis will take care of that.
All right. So,
Have fun, buddy.
all right. So
I knew I liked you for a reason. You're killing things with big guns.
or he tries to anyway.
Please kill it with big guns.
All right. Let me see here. That's the ship.
Just not the box part. Every other thing.
Yeah, aim for the bikes. Leave the truck alone.
Alright, only the base damage is provided to ship's weapons. The other ranged weapons, the gun, or dexterity modifier is used for the attack roll and damage roll. Alright, so use your dex. But I can't tell if you use your proficiency. Alright, give me a roll with your with just your dexterity.
All right. 13. probably not gonna make it.
No, truthfully, you'd probably be at disadvantage because of how small these things are compared to the ship. But of course, I'm not
Turn on the
sure.
targeting system, Luke. That's what it's there for. Don't use the Force.
You know, back when Dark Horse had the rights to Star Wars, they did an entire miniseries based on what if Luke had done that.
Was that the Infinities one?
Yeah, or one of the Infinity was one where, yeah, he misses and Yavin gets blown up, and you know.
And I want to say, like, they make a rule Wedge dies every single miniseries they did.
So, yes, the 13 is not going to hit. It definitely gets their attention, though. They're no longer trying to fire at you. They are now just in getaway mode. The guys on the truck have lowered the clamp down so that the crate is sitting in the bed of the truck. You see one guy takes out, it looks kind of like a chainsaw, but it has no trouble going through the metal of the crate. Just lops the top off, the top goes flipping out. You know,
So do we see what's in the crate now?
It looks like bags of seed and some spare parts as they start chunking all of that out.
That's all that's in there?
That's all they get to this round. I use the term round loosely. We're not exactly doing regular combat rounds. But...
Oh, we can go back for those bags later.
Huh?
Can we speed the ship up, land it in front of these people? Or get really close and, like, I'm sure the engines are particularly warm, especially when flying in atmosphere.
Jim's like, I could probably get ahead of them enough to burn them with the engine, but, you know, they could swerve to miss. And if the truck passes, you know, if we caught the truck in that, it'd probably destroy whatever was in the crate. You know, he's basically telling, you know, the Roustabout here, it's a pretty agile ship, but we're in an atmosphere and you're trying to outmaneuver, you know, bikes.
What if we barn swallow it?
I should know that term.
Good.
What is that term?
Basically, what Adrian is going to suggest is we get in front of it, you know, like drop the ramp, like get down, like
Scoop
we're
'em up.
essentially skimming, and then essentially hit the brakes and let the vehicle's momentum essentially drive it into our cargo bay before they have a chance to turn, and then we lift off with them in the cargo bay.
Jim's like, no, that's a very bad idea. What's going to stop them from continuing forward and wrecking wrecking portions of the ship?
I really hope the ship's built well
'Cause if
enough
you-
to handle a pickup
if
truck.
you drove a pickup truck into a cargo ship, the cargo ship will maintain its integrity. The
Enough
truck
not
will
to
not.
sink.
Cargo ship is meant for space, though. I'd hope it's made, you know, sturdy enough to...
I mean, like,
Vehicles
it'll
at
ruin
high
a
speed,
staircase.
It did it on Firefly, man. Come on.
I mean, it's not going to wreck the entire ship, but that's still some mighty expensive
it's-
repairs y'all are potentially going to cause here.
Yeah, it's probably best not to try that. We don't want our
Yeah.
entire profit from this operation to go straight to ship repairs.
Yes, yeah. Spaceships and airplanes are a lot alike. They're not as durable as you'd think they are.
Danru is willing to jump out of there into the space pickup.
I like your...
I'll
Cat would
dive
be up
shield
for
first
it.
into it.
You know what? Fuck it.
Jim's like, yeah,
Is
I like his spunk. Let's go with his plan.
Is the door open so we can see him?
I can open it. He flips the switch.
Open it.
do it.
You hear the guy that strapped himself in back there going, ah! I mean, he's strapped in, so he should be fine, but clearly the door opening alarmed him.
It's fine, Jonathan.
Danner just marches out with his shield and spear in hand.
Adrian's.
Do you have your
I'll
mighty
bet you.
helmet on?
Always.
Magic.
Adrian is gonna aim at the truck and use fire lance.
Jesus.
Oakley dokley.
We're not allowed to barn swallow it or turn it off. Let's just blow
Look, we
them
were-
the fuck up.
We were trying to capture them, but no. You wouldn't let us. So now violence is the only option.
Yep.
I literally exhausted all forms that I could think of before violence. So this is all I
That's
got.
true. I mean, y'all made a noble attempt. And I'll be honest, it's my fault. In my planning this scenario out, I completely forgot you'd have a spaceship sitting right there.
Just casually sitting behind us.
Yeah,
I
just chilling.
should totally have had them blow one of the landing gear off or something so the ship was,
Do they even have the gear for that?
Well, if I thought about it, they could have.
Yeah, but why would they blow the landing gear up and not just shoot us with that?
Stop giving the DM ideas.
Well, I'm just saying, if they have the firepower to destroy a ship, they could just hit us with it. Because it's not like we landed with enough time to...
Yeah.
They would have had to have booby-trapped the ground.
Yeah, basically they hijack the stuff we were transporting, and there's like, how will we ever catch them? And then basically if they drove up, motorcycles drove off, and there was a helicopter right behind us. You apparently forgot about the helicopter.
Well, I'm thinking about the ship as just a plot device to get y'all down to the planet, is what it is.
Nah.
Forgetting that, it actually has stats and stuff. But anyway, I am digressing. I totally don't have a map for this area. So anyway. So, let's see. Who's going to jump out first? Or are you going to let Adrian do his shooting first?
Oh, I already said I'm firing.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the dude doing superpowers do that first.
Alright, are you just aiming for the vehicle itself? Or are you aiming for the driver? What are we doing here?
He's aiming for the engine.
Okay.
Cat's looking over. Do we want to hang out of the ship and try and fire at him, or are we going to actually jump onto this thing? I'll admit, this will be my first time jumping onto a moving vehicle.
Oh, that's right.
Not
I gotta roll
excited.
for Jim. See if we can get y'all set up like you're wanting. 19 on the dice. That'll do it. Jim is not an
Well,
amateur.
first,
He's not
first
exactly
you
a
need to cut your
combat
mag-
pilot, but
First, you need to wirelessly set up your mag boots, so if he tries to spin out, you just click him, and you'll slap your feet on.
I
Second,
swear if the next words out of your mouth are, say there's no place like home, I'm gonna punch you.
no.
Okay, good. He says that as he's charging this physically solid lance of fire in his hand, like he's about to javelin it. As I make him take a drink. Yes.
controlling vehicles
Secondly,
in combat. Planetary vehicle.
You dive for the center of the windshield so that if they turn...
Planetary vehicles are on hit point scale, so we're good to go there. Alright, give me an attack roll then, because I've got an AC and stuff here.
Shit. Dice hate me.
You miss.
That's not gonna do it.
Nope.
Yeah,
That's
make
not
it.
going to do it. So you fire lance the ground.
Yep. Rolled a 4.
And here's your ship. You got ahead. The truck immediately starts to veer off to one side.
Breaking away from the group.
About to say
Just,
into
breaking
the
away from
engine.
y'all's ship.
Into the engine.
Because if we're directly in front of them right now, if they're not directly following us, they have engine
Y'all are still
room to
moving, so
handle.
they hit their brakes as they're turning. I'm not saying it's not peeling some paint on the hood, but
I use my laser beam on the driver.
Alright, give me a roll.
Okay, which one? That would
You'll be at
one.
disadvantage for the cover the vehicle gives him.
Okay. Last. Yeah, that goes to yes.
Ouch.
Well, neither of those were great. So far, my laser. The few times I've actually fired my laser, I pause for a moment to realize what I just said. I've always rolled ass. So basically, you see one of my drones power up menacingly, and then completely whiff.
Alright. Who else want to do something?
Francis is gonna take a pot shot at the engine with his pistol.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not gonna do it.
No.
Cat's listening over. Are we jumping or are we staying here? What are we doing, guys?
I'm waiting for Danru to scream witness me and dive off.
I mean, Danner already had his shield and spear out, but then you said, I'm gonna throw a fire lance at it. So I sat back and went, alright, you people do your crazy shit.
Alright.
I
So they
can
veered off
dodge you.
slightly. It takes Jim a second because he's having to go by instruments basically to tell where this thing is.
Adrian's going to be shouting at him to do his pull to starboard.
This thing doesn't have a backup camera? Come on, man.
It's an old
I'm
ship.
not designed for this.
Pull to starboard, damn it!
The other starboard.
I love how we're in the future in a ship designed to land places, and you can't tell if there's something where you're landing.
That just looks directly under you. Dude, you are not using this spaceship at all like it's designed to be used.
Then it's designed poorly. It's a small ship.
Cat looks over at Danner. Are we jumping or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump. I'm just waiting for the mysterious forces in the sky to tell me if it's physically possible right now.
Alright. So Jim whips the ship back around. Unfortunately, he rolled a 2 this go around, so that's a little more difficult. So give me... what is it in this system? Acrobatics? Athletics? Which one is it? Let me,
I'm
It's
certainly
still
hoping.
acrobatics.
let me pull up somebody's sheet and see.
Acrobatics.
There's acrobatics and athletics.
Okay, acrobatics.
There. Yeah.
The only thing
Athletics
that
is
really
strength, acrobatics is dex.
Alright. Give me acrobatic rolls. At disadvantage.
Oh.
No.
Oh!
What is with these dice tonight? God
I mean,
damn.
I was just gonna jump
is
into
spread.
it while we had, the correct positioning, and now things have gone
Oh.
hairy because all y'all wanted to use fucking magic. Oh, look at me! I can shoot fire from my hands. Can't hit a
So-
truck.
You have landed on the hood of the vehicle.
Yay!
Everybody else has come off of your ship
Oh
like lemons.
Lemmings.
Lemmings.
The term
thank
is
you,
lemmings.
thank you.
Or lemons, you know.
Whatever.
Lemons are a fruit.
I mean, they bounce and roll like you guys are doing.
Oh, so that him moving
Made us all fall off the ship.
punted us all off the ship?
Basically, yeah. He manages to get whipped back around, but he doesn't have to get the ship steady good. Yeah. So, let's see. Did anybody not jump?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't.
that was never my plan. No, you just said everybody give me athletics rolls.
Okay. Anybody, I apologize. Anybody that was not planning to jump, which I
Were
think
you gonna
was just
jump
our
out?
technomancers.
I think it was only me and
Engineer,
Deanna
get it right.
planning to jump.
Jade was not planning to jump.
Be a lot funnier if the entire party went. But alright. So Francis was jumping.
Yep.
Danru was jumping. And Cat was jumping?
Yep.
Oakley dokley.
Cat lands face down in a cow pie. And probably breaks something.
But you always land on your feet.
Yeah, she's
give
got
me
a
reflex
mask.
saves
so-
for half to see if you basically can duck and roll.
What?
Reflex saves for half damage.
Deck save.
Deck save. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I still run play Pathfinder and run Starfinder, so.
Where is the button for deck save?
Above the skills and saving throws.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, so Cat did land on her feet.
Yep, looking that way.
There's a little roll, like
Francis,
gymnastics.
have you rolled one?
Oh,
You said
Francis.
landed.
No, Francis
he
made
landed.
it.
On the ship.
Oh, that's right.
From
I
what you
forgot.
said.
That's right. He's the one that made it. 7 points of damage, or half if you made the roll. Let's see. Cat made it. No, you both made it. Okay, so half damage. So 3 points. Yeah. That's not counting the damage to your pride, though.
Hey, I jumped off a ship. I didn't die. I'm doing good so far.
As you all look, as you're all hitting the ground and rolling, you hear the
You
bikes go
actually
past
hit
you.
the ground running and go,
Jim in the
sure.
cockpit's like, Are we swinging back around for him?
Just come back for us!
Don't catch up.
The guys
Yeah,
on
we'll
the
catch up.
I hit the button on our comms. Missed. Can you guys handle it without us? Because, we all have PDA. We all have devices.
I got lasers.
Them.
Yeah, I think I can handle this. Shit.
Alright, so the guys in the back of the truck, they've apparently cleared out most of the box, most of the crate. One of them has leapt into the crate and is now handing out these smaller containers. He'll hand them to one guy, that guy turns around and holds them out, and somebody with a bike comes by and tries to grab him.
We get back up on the station. I'm finding this guy, and I'm kicking him in the balls.
As that's happening, can I try to shoot the box?
The main crate or like one of the boxes they're handing out?
One of the boxes they're handing out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Follow up while they're spilled off the
That
back
hit.
of the ship.
Yes, roll your damage.
While they're spilled off the back of the ship, can Cat take a couple pot shots at one of the guys on the bike to try and get him off and steal his bike? Are they too far away already?
Yeah, you could probably get one shot off.
Okay.
The box
So,
he's holding out
of course-
explodes. I mean, not like Michael Bay explosion, but your shot has completely destroyed the box. The contents that at this distance, there's a slight dust, darkness, whatever it is black in color and just kind of sprays out of the thing.
do any of them have reactions besides the, something in my hand just exploded?
Not really.
To the... So no, none of them going, dude, my hands are huge.
No.
Okay.
Nobody looks spaced out. Nobody looks panicky like you just, shot a container of Ebola out of their hand or anything.
Alright, so Francis is on the truck, right?
Yes.
On the hood of the truck. Alright, he's gonna take out his heavy pistol, switch it to burst fire, and just spray the back of that truck.
Ow, vicious.
And, yeah. Save for that is... I have to actually look at the rules, because the character sheet... 8, 10... 12. The burst fire save is 12.
Alright. Let's see, there's several guys in the back, so we'll roll several dice.
Also roll the damage for... I'm assuming a 25 or a 26 would hit a guy on a bike.
Yes.
damages.
What did you say the save was, Zach? A 12?
Yes, sir.
Hell in the crap. Just a 12. Because all but 2 of them fail. Alright, roll your damage.
Jesus.
The curse is spreading.
Yeah, it is. I'd also like to state that if that Adrian's going to keep these sprite beams charged, and if any more boxes start getting handed out, he's going to fire at.
But several of them were handing out boxes.
He's, or however many you'll let me shoot at, he's going to try to shoot these boxes as they're getting handed out.
Alright, then the damage for that is 2.
Okay, and Cat did 8 points to our guy.
Yep.
And they all take 9 damage.
I'm assuming half damage if they make the save.
Yes, sir. Wait, hold on. Oh, no, it's if they make the save, it's no damage.
Okay.
But if they're not wearing armor, they take +2 damage.
Okay. None of them die. None of them look happy, though. Several of them fall to the ground and just kind of lay still. Not like they're unconscious, but like, like they can't just believe they're shot.
Not happy.
They're putting pressure on it. Do you fire projectiles or...
It's projectiles.
Okay. Yeah, high velocity, okay. Let's see. So I said several of them were handing stuff out. 2 of the bikes get boxes handed to them and take off. You blew one up. And one of the bikers fumbles his box, and the box hits the ground and rolls for a bit.
Cat is sprinting after that box.
As you're doing that, the biker that missed it starts making a turn to come back for it.
Gonna take a pot shot at him.
In just a second.
Okay.
Let's see, was there anybody else? Really should have thought of turn this should I get order up, I guess. Has anybody not gone in this little exchange?
I
Jade,
have not.
what is Jade doing? And Hole.
Watching the chaos unfold.
Oh, you don't want to take a shot?
Yeah, I guess I could.
Uh,
Aren't you standing on the truck, though?
Yes.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
I actually go ahead and everyone's still at least on the ship, and our friend Lizard Friend. I basically activate my aimbots and give you the +2. I'll keep 1 for myself as well.
Okay.
Works for me.
So there's a +2 for everybody.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's there? Alright, Kat, go ahead and take your shot.
Was it the guy she already shot at once, or new guy?
Even or odd?
Odd.
Yes, it is the guy you shot at before.
Jesus.
That could have gone better.
That's probably going to be a crit, isn't it?
It's a crit.
Yep, it's nat 20.
Alrighty, roll that crit damage.
I did.
Oh, wait, if he's aware of you shooting at him, do you get your precision damage for that too?
If he's aware of me shooting, I don't get any kind
No,
of...
if he's not aware of you firing.
Oh, for the
Yeah.
first time I would have gotten... Well, let me double check that. It's like slightly different.
Yeah, because usually they have to be engaged or completely unaware.
You don't need to... Wait. First level, No, it would have. You don't need. I would either need advantage on the roll, or the he would need to be within 5 feet of an ally.
Okay. Was
Unless-
curious.
yeah. But he takes another 8 points of damage,
Okay.
and she's like diving for the box.
Alright. He had his pistol out. You know, as he was turning. When you hit him with that shot, though, he kind of fumbles and drops his pistol. Really just because that whole arm kind of goes numb as you'd caught him kind of in the shoulder. The bike wobbles for a second. And then where, you know, shit was traveling, he turned around and was coming back towards you. He just sort of turns to the side and takes off.
Okay. She'll
He has
grab
clearly
the
decided-
box.
Clearly decided discretion is the better part of valor.
She grabs the box, doesn't do anything with it, but just like shoves it in a pocket. Lets him know over the comms.
You know,
Got a box.
it's like a little lock box like that. So I don't know how big your pockets are.
Tucks it under an arm.
Okay. Unless women's clothing has changed a great deal in the future, you wouldn't have pockets that big.
Yeah.
Or pockets.
It's boring.
He's gonna get a trench coat of pockets.
Oh, that's.
All right, Francis, you're on the hood of the car, or hood of the truck, and the guys you have shot are all pretty much laying down. However, the driver and the two in the back that you did not hit all shoot at you.
I don't like that.
What is your AC, Francis?
16, thanks to my fancy new heavy trooper armor.
All three of them hit.
Damn.
Oh!
I rolled 3 dice. Got a 15, 16, and a 17 on the dice.
Roll off the
Never-
hood, lizard!
It will never happen again. Let's see. Somebody got a heavy pistol. What's the damage on a heavy pistol?
It's 1d8.
Alright. Plus the dex. Alright, the first one does 7 points of damage to you. The second one does 5 points of damage to you.
Ouch.
And the third one does 11 points of damage to you.
Oh no!
He maxed out.
Oh no.
And he's a second level character, so I think you're in the dying stages, aren't you?
Nah, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's tough.
I'm at -5 hit points right now.
There are no negatives in this. It's 3rd edition. So Francis kind of
Fifth
slips
edition.
down the hood and rolls off onto the dirt,
Yep.
which would do more damage to him. So mark yourself for one failed death save already.
Oh god.
Sorry.
I feel like you're upset with me.
Seeing him crash, and one of the few technically medics of the group, I will actually jump off and try to help him, seeing him tumble.
Give me an acrobatics.
Let the pain begin. Oh, that's actually not bad.
Okay. Since you are aiming for the ground and not aiming for something else and missing and hitting the ground, you hit the ground and kind of roll. It's not comfortable, but you don't take any damage from it.
And I run over to Francis and stabilize.
Okay. Congratulations, Francis. You are not dying.
Yay!
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Wow.
Motherfucker.
But you would not cut open a lizard to crawl inside to stay warm.
I mean,
Or
if it's
would
been in the
he?
sun for a while.
You would just crawl inside to stay the same temperature as what the outside currently was.
Exactly.
Alright. So he's stable. The truck's continuing on. Jim's asking you, what do you want me to do?
We have over the comms say, do we have any kind of evidence of what they were carrying?
Cat's just like yelling over the comms, I have a box! And like waving it in the air.
Jade's gonna shoot her rifle at the truck. pissed.
Alright, give me a roll.
You're at +2. Remember this.
Right?
Mhm.
Or should I use this one?
Let's go with the auto rifle.
God damn
Oh
it.
no, that's a 20. Oh yeah, that's. Oh, yeah,
She
it's
does not
a
have
10.
advantage, so it's the 8. Or
Yeah.
10.
Why are you rolling at disadvantage?
I don't
No,
know.
that
Roll
that first
20.
number is.
Yeah,
roll
what is
20
the
rolls
two
at.
numbers?
Roll 20 will roll 2 numbers just in case you want to do disadvantage,
I
advantage.
see.
The first number would be what you rolled.
Gotcha.
So it would have been an 8.
Okay,
If she
so
had had
why is-
advantage, it would have been a 21.
Hmm.
Yeah, you go with first roll if there's not a advantage or disadvantage thing to it.
She considers throwing the rifle at the truck.
Let's not do that.
Jim's like, I think I'm going to park the ship right quick.
Let's say Adrian's gonna do one more fire lance,
Okay.
except he's gonna try to hit the box. See if he can hit everything inside that box that's left that these people have been trying to hand out.
Okay. Give me a roll. Oh, yeah. Roll your damage.
So as they've been, I'm assuming, like walking to catch up with the ship, Cat's like gathering the bags of seeds, kind of tying them together and dragging them along.
Yeah, also that box in the back of the truck is on fire.
Let's see. So that is...
I think the people back there need to make that DC 13 con save to avoid.
Big
The-
shit on fire.
A mobile hobo fire.
Alright, this guy's on fire.
And aren't most of the guys back there unconscious now?
No, they were not
No.
unconscious. But they were
they were
busy
just
applying pressure and not doing anything. So they, when
No.
they got hit and they fell down in the truck, they just started, Now, however, they're trying to climb out of the back of the truck. Because 2 of them go up like Roman candles. A lot of smoke billows out of the box, because that was just a direct hit. You're pretty confident whatever's in there is toast now.
Cat's gonna take pot shots at anyone getting out of the back of the truck.
Sure. Give me a roll.
She's like, I missed the truck. I'm just
The
gonna
truck's
keep
still-
shooting
the
at
truck's
people.
still moving, so these guys are hitting the ground and kind of rolling.
13.
Nah, that's not going to do it. Not the
Okay.
speed they're moving in. But the guy driving the truck is still trying to get away. Even though the people in the back that are still alive are not staying. All the bikes split up in different directions at this point. And you're beginning to get close to a wooded area. There's paths big enough for the vehicles cut to the woods, but not where you could fly the ship down at ground level.
I'm just gonna have to raise the forest, guys.
They won't mind.
Give me an hour and I
Just a
can
little
lob some
forest.
fire at it.
So Jim kind of banks the ship around, gets back over close to y'all, and lands.
Cat holds up the lockbox.
And assume right now we're just everyone's limping, gathering back together.
Francis is not limping.
I am unconscious.
I'm dragging him then. Or for more dramatic effect, you just see me walking, and there's like, I just have like a almost like a little bit of my drones, just having him hover behind me.
Oh, I thought maybe you had his tail thrown over your shoulder and was just walking with him dragging behind you.
Grab him by the scruff of the neck.
Do lizards have
Frill.
scruffs?
I mean, if you try hard enough, maybe.
Of course, the second I grab him, I'm like, he's shedding.
Alright, you get everybody on board the ship. Jim takes one look at Francis. He's still alive?
Yes. I then proceed to the med bay and go about resuscitating our dear lizard friend.
I follow.
Cat's gonna try and investigate the box a little bit. Is it just like a key lock, or
It seems to have a thumbprint scanner.
she looks
Give that-
over?
Give that to me and or our technomancer friend.
Yeah, she looks over at the tech boys and it's like, "Gotcha, toy."
Yay.
Well, Hole is busy patching a guy up, so
Yeah.
Gimme.
Just like hands it off to him. Like, I haven't checked it. Make sure there's no like
You're forgiven.
things that are gonna explode. Yeah, sure.
Kaboom.
He's gonna inspect it first and check it and everything, make sure there's no traps or
roll me perception.
anything.
Can she assist and give him advantage?
Sure.
Okay.
Good thing, too.
You're pretty sure there's no traps.
Okay, now he's gonna go into the matrix, make sure there's no digital traps
No.
on this thing. No? Okay. He'll come back out then he'll open the box.
How? There's a
See what's
thumbprint.
inside. Yeah, no, he's gonna do his thing with the thumbprint scanner. He's gonna trick it.
Oh, okay. That's right. You
And
got
then
that
open the
prime
box.
That would let you do that.
Yep.
It pops open. Psst.
I was
I'll
about to
say-
say, Francis.
Are you kidding? He's not putting his thumbprint on that. He's not gonna. There's no way in hell.
There is a slight hiss when it opens,
Uh-huh.
or a slight
Oh
pop.
shit! It's snakes.
Kind of like if you took a Coke and twist the top off real quick. It's kind of a psst.
Yeah.
You know, just enough that you know the pressure inside the box is different than outside.
We have found
Pressurized
soda.
and sealed.
Soda box.
The inside is full of what looks like fine, little small black seeds.
She looks over. at-
Dan!
Hey,
Need you. You know more about this shit than I do.
Danner walks up. What you need? After
what this
he's
shit
been
is?
fucking trucking it for.
Wouldn't have been that far behind Cat.
Seeds.
You're the first person they thought of when they saw seeds.
I mean, granted, I'm
That's
proficient. I'm proficient in xenobiology, but still, I'm not sure if that'll count for this. I literally have proficiency in all of the intelligence checks. So
Cat's also gonna look over at Mr. Jonathan. Like,
So it's
So-
seed, right?
appears to be.
Will that be in nature or medicine, Jason?
Give me a nature.
Cat's like looking over at Jonathan. Like, so little black
I-
seed.
Go ahead and roll your nature roll, and I will roll an assist. I'll roll to assist.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I don't think you roll to assist. I think just you assisting gives him advantage.
Ah, okay. Well,
So it's both 21.
21.
Going once, going twice. All right.
Pull up my PDA, see if it matches any of the seeds I have listed.
Oh, you recognize what this is. It's been found as contraband on several ships you've been on.
Is it drugs? Are we delivering drugs?
It's not a drug yet.
It grows into a drug?
Yes, it grows into a very powerful narcotic.
Is it illegal to have these seeds?
In most places, yes. You would assume so here as well. You have to go check to be sure, but yeah.
I'll be right back. Adrian will knock himself out by full diving into the Matrix.
Can you at least sit down first?
Oh, he is.
Okay.
And he will link.
That should be a character quirk. You say, "Hold on, I'll be right back," and then just clang on the floor.
That is his character quirk, actually.
Just someone catch him.
Like, I'll be right back. Thud. And he will use the Matrix, the sim, and he will open up a connection to the station.
Okay.
Basically, it's like, hello.
Who
I need
is
to talk
the
to
station
somebody.
are you trying to contact?
Security.
Okay. This is station security.
Yeah, I'm down on the planet. We just did a shipment for this guy, and he'll put his
Carter.
He'll put his information up there on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Look like ordinary seeds and such. So we got attacked by a gang, and we got a hold of something that was hiding in the box. Would you like to see it? And he will display a picture using our ship's camera of this open box with the black seeds in it. Last I checked, this grows into an incredibly powerful narcotic. You might want to look into that.
Yeah, if it's what I think it is. Well, we're station security. We have no jurisdiction on the planet.
Yes, but he's on your station.
I'll forward your information.
No, he's on your station. This is where we got it from.
He
was on the
dealt
station.
drugs.
Yeah.
He's on your station.
Yeah.
They will put out an APB on that guy and alert the local authorities in the actual area you're in.
There might, and if you need to alert the local authorities, might be a little bit of wreckage. They did shoot at us. We had to defend ourselves.
I'll let them know.
Okay, thank you. He will, and then wake back up. It's like, well, I'm on the floor. Did nobody catch me?
You need to give more warning than "I'll be right back."
That's usually as much warning as you need.
Like, give us a 10 count. Or, sit down.
Adrian, I'm sorry, but saying "I'll be right back" from a human usually means just going to.
I am not human. How dare you?
I'm sorry. Human plus?
No.
Cat's like face palming.
Human-ish.
Promethean. Say it with me. Come on. Promethean.
Homo lumen.
Cat just like shakes her head at him like it's not worth it. Just let it go.
Look,
I
y'all
can
were
watch
doing
it.
the racist jokes on me 12 minutes ago. I'm doing them now.
I didn't do jack shit to you. I've been working the whole damn time, or did you not see the workshop? It's nothing but computer screens right now. Got you. Anyway.
Alright. Do
He'll
y'all
close the
wait
box.
here? Do y'all wait here for the police show, or do you fly back to the?
Might as well wait here, honestly.
No, we
Nah,
also
no
still
use.
have Jonathan.
Jonathan, buddy pal.
Yeah, we do have him.
Is it over?
Well, I mean, he'll lean around. Hey, do you think you can maybe explain why that box had a whole lot of narcotics in it?
Addressed to you guys.
What?
Yeah.
He starts unstrapping. What did it have?
I just alerted the local authorities and station security, so you might want to think of a story real quick.
And
Are these space poppies?
Yes, they might as well be.
Space poppies.
Spoppies.
We have found the opium trade.
He comes, looks at the seeds. What is it?
Adrian will close and seal the box. It's a very this nothing grows into an immensely powerful narcotic.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, no touchy. It's evidence.
He's like, I got no desire to.
Good.
Space-O-In. It turns into Space-O-In.
Did you just make that up?
Yes.
Good for you.
Space Owen.
Space a win, space a win, space a win.
He starts taking account of like where Cat had been picking up bags of C. He starts checking to see, how many of them are busted. It's like, oh, I hope those spare parts didn't break when they threw them out.
I'll go back looking for him and just head back the direction they were walking.
He walks out with you.
Good luck.
And, Danro, you may want to walk with them.
Okay. I'm still just sitting there, like, just mad that I missed the truck.
As you're walking
Well,
by,
then.
you see one or two of the guys that fell out of the truck are still alive.
Might want to capture them. Just saying.
Cat's going
Okay.
to lean over and, like, can she punch them just to knock them unconscious? Not, like,
One of them is laying there moaning, but he doesn't really seem to be conscious.
she's like,
Danner will just
The other one, as soon as
pat
y'all
them
are approaching, is like, I give up. Please,
Danner
get
will
me
go
to a
ahead and pat
doctor.
them down for weapons, toss the weapons off, and then pick them up like sacks of rice.
Cat picks up the weapons they had just in case they're better than some of our weapons.
Yeah, you find out a couple of heavy pistols.
Okay.
Some of them looks like may have dropped their weapons in the back of the truck as they were flopping around. So the local constable shows up. Basically, wants to know what in the tarnation has happened here.
And we both have audio, visual, and curious on fun drama of what happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
Holy smokes. This kind of thing just don't happen around here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, did.
it's mostly farmers.
I'm
And
sure there's some kind of farmer.
drug runners, apparently.
Well, you can farm this stuff, so yes.
Also true.
Yeah, but we don't really have a drug problem around here. I mean, there's some weed, but yeah.
Did we see approximately like how many of the suitcases or lockboxes went off?
You're not sure how many were in the crate.
But like how many were handed off?
Oh,
I think it was 3.
I think 4 were handed off, or 4 were in the process of being handed off. Adrian
One got
shot
blown up.
one.
I'll say
One was dropped, so at least 2 boxes of them got away.
Okay, and then I destroyed the rest.
Yes. Now that 2 boxes is still... Oh, we're being raided.
Are we?
Yeah.
Woo!
Raiding party of 9.
Hey!
Such
Well,
is
hello
life.
there, guys. Thank you for showing up.
Hello!
It's
Welcome
people.
aboard.
Ah, it's a Mimsy. Hello, Mimsy. And all of her dragon friends.
Lots of dragons.
Hello.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
They're
playing a space
automatically
game. They are
favorites
still
because I
dragons.
see dragon. Yeah. I see dragon emojis. I'm immediately happy.
But the wings don't match the heads of the dragons.
So,
Doesn't matter.
dragons.
Fair enough, fair enough. Got a dragon on my shelf. Nobody comments on it.
Got a skull over there.
Is that the not Tiamat you brought out?
Yes, that's T-Man.
Yeah.
The one Reaper did. Which, yeah, they have it under a different name if you try to buy it. But... Oh, Adrian has got a friend
I do.
or a fan.
So back to
Yes, the
busting
local
drugs.
Well, y'all missed it, but Adrian was at least lucky enough he did not fall out of the back of the spaceship like half the party.
Yeah.
he intentionally fell out of the spaceship.
Oh, actually, I intentionally fell out of the spaceship.
Well, the rest of them jumped
was-
out. They just missed
Yeah.
the vehicle they were jumping to.
Look, I was planning to jump out And then y'all started throwing magic, and I still had to jump out.
Hey, I got to throw lances made out of fire and then destroyed some weeds. So.
Or some space opium seeds or whatever it was.
Or, yeah. Space opiates.
Cat looks over at the Jonathan guy like, so do we still get paid for this, or do we need to go hunt down the rest of your stuff? What's the regulations here? I mean, we technically delivered the box. It was in your custody. You lost it.
Have you got the have you got your tablet?
Yeah.
He thumbprints it.
Thank you.
I was just here to accept the delivery. You know, different parts of the delivery are supposed to be going to different people.
Speaking of thumbprints, you said the lockbox had a thumbprint lock on it?
Yes.
Yep.
Do you think we can find out at least the thumbprint that was supposed to open it?
I could probably dig around if you want me to.
And
yeah,
I
give me
could,
a computer use or whatever.
I'll assist with computers on my end as well.
Okay.
That's two equally rolled ones in a row.
Your dice.
21, 21, 17, 17. I don't know what my dice do anymore. They've got a life of their own at this point.
Well, the dice rolls are weird. When you assist somebody, Patrick, you just give them advantage. I don't think you have to
gotcha.
roll.
Alright.
You come up with a copy of the print. I mean, you don't have a name to go with it or anything. You just have the print.
Could we give the print to the constables and all that and be like, hey, you guys probably have a database of thumbprints, right?
No, yeah. There's a planet-wide database.
Okay.
There we go. Let's make a connection.
I mean, there's plenty of people that don't have their prints on record, of course. But...
Yeah, he'll extract a copy. He'll look at the constables like, hey, would you like the thumbprint of whoever was supposed to open this?
Yes. He pulls his little tab. He pulled out his little tablet thing.
He'll just sort of do the Iron Man thing where he grabs the data out of it and chucks it in his tablet and essentially just downloads it to his tablet.
He does his little tapping. All right, I've got folks running through the database.
Hey, Cat. I'll be right back in 5.
Oh, jeez. And
4,
dives to make sure he doesn't hit his head on anything.
2, 1. And he will go knock on station security's door again.
She sets him down and then pulls out a Sharpie.
The constable's like, is he okay?
Does this a lot. It's fine. It's fine.
Put his hand in water.
Is he narcoleptic?
Yeah! We're gonna go with that.
He doesn't look at all trustworthy.
He's like, knock, knock. Station security again.
Station security. Oh,
Me again.
how can we do this time?
He'll do the whole thing with the thumbprint. He'll just send them the file. This is the thumbprint of who is supposed to open that narcotic box we found, just in case you need it for something. No, database scan, whatever you have to do. I don't know what you do.
We'll run it through a database.
I'm good at finding stuff.
Meanwhile, just drawing.
That's it. Goodbye. He'll wake back up again.
And he's covered in little magic markers.
Does he see Cat in front of him with the marker right now?
Yeah, totally.
Actually, no. You just say, I don't know, a Jigglypuff showed up and just drew on you. Then
He's gonna start swatting at Cat's mask like, God damn it, woman!
Just puts the marker away and just backs off.
I will put that porn on your mask, so help me.
Not the first time. And he's probably got just a various amalgamation of doodles on his face.
I'm gonna go wash this off.
It's permanent.
The constable has stepped over and started talking to Danru.
I will smack
Hello,
you!
Constable.
Danru seems like the only responsible adult.
I'm the father of these ruthless children.
I heard that!
He's
To which I
horrible.
actually walk up and say, well, technically, I never had one. Actually, you know what? I'll just leave you to it.
Denru means den mother in his own language.
These horrible pirate mercenary asshole children.
If someone told Adrian that, I see. Like, in his current mood, he'd totally leave him out and go, "That mean you're a woman?"
I stand here fully amazed at the fact the police have not caught any of you, despite how often you speak with them.
Do you say that aloud?
No. Of course not.
I don't trust the way you said that.
Well, for deception.
So the constable starts talking to you about, who gave you the package. Not like he's suspicious of you. Clearly, you're just being used as, unwitting mules by some kind of smuggler. He knows Jonathan over there. He knows Jonathan wouldn't be, he doesn't think Jonathan would be up to something like this. Though they'll look into it, of course.
We'll show him basically the space Craigslist ad. Where it was, deliver this, deliver farming tools, yada, yada, yada. We even asked specifically, hey, we won't talk about it. There's nothing illegal in here, right? And he even told us. He lied to us.
We're gonna go find his ass. Cat like walking by.
Well, to turn him over to the police, right?
Yeah, of course.
Station security if he's up there.
Yeah.
I mean, he will be bloodied, but yes, we will turn him into the police.
I didn't hear that.
Well, I mean, if we have to defend ourselves, as Adrian walks by too.
When we go to tell him, hey, you lied to us, we expect he'll shoot first. If he's already dealing drugs, we highly suspect him to be willing to do other crimes.
We won't kill him, I can promise you that.
Yeah, the constable's looking at the seeds. We've never really had any reports of this stuff on planet. And you said there were other boxes of this stuff?
There was at least 4. You got one here, one got blown up, 2 got given away.
And that smoldering wreckage in that truck back there, that was the rest of it.
He's like, crap, that's a whole lot of seeds. Somebody was planning a... Somebody was planning to do a lot of farming.
Yeah.
One thing that's just occurred to me. These gentlemen jumped the shipment in order to take it, which means the seeds were going to be delivered to someone else.
Or they knew the seeds were in there.
Yeah, but if it was going to be delivered anyway, why would they need to steal them?
Well, I think the Jonathan guy said that there were different orders in the box.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like it should have been delivered anyways.
Yeah. So there might be 2 different groups involved in this.
Or maybe they were snuck in there by the dude up there. Or another group snuck them into his thing knowing it was going on planet. And let these guys know, hey, there's a ship coming down with a box, and it's got your shit in there.
Why they'd make it so blatantly obvious, I don't know.
They're dumb.
Well, most people are. But
Their vehicles did have kind of a space redneck vibe to them.
yeah, Agent's like, have you seen their trucks?
Is there a space, like, rifle rack on the back?
Well, now, y'all, remember, you set the seeds on fire, and there was some fire on the back of the truck, in the bed, but the truck kept going. It made it into the woods along with some of the bikes.
We do have these 2 guys here, and
They'd have seen those when they first came up. They're already packing those into an ambulance,
okay.
with police escort.
The reason why I brought up maybe 2 groups here is because I think an organized group bringing the seeds in, and I think this group found out about it.
The constable kind of nods. That makes as much sense as anything.
I mean, we could always go back up and find Carter and be like, hey, let's have a conversation. And then, convince him he needs to tell us what's going on.
Well, this Carter guy, station security should be on top of him, I would think.
Yeah.
So, you guys seem to be pretty well armed.
Oh no. I know where this is going.
I need at least an hour.
That's fine. You wouldn't happen to have any sort of tracking or investigative skills, would you?
Get me access to the mainframe. Yeah.
I guess you could maintain access out here? Or, out. He gestures towards the woods they disappeared into.
How's the Wi-Fi out here? How's the 4G?
Also, I mean, it might not be too terribly hard unless they put out the fire I put in the bed of the truck.
Also, knowing this place, it's probably still dial-up, so...
Space dial-up.
Adrian's gonna leave the ship, look into the woods. Is there any obvious trace of, like, something flammable that has been dumped?
Is there smoke going towards it?
Yeah, I'm about to say, is there still a smoke trail going?
The back of the truck wouldn't necessarily burn for that long. All the flammable seed and, any people that were set on fire in the back,
I'm about to say, yeah, but you said there was 2 people that went up like torches.
What's the over-under on burn time for human bodies?
So, that's what I'm asking here.
Not from where you're standing now. Because it's not like you have huge plumes of smoke, it'd be campfire.
We at least kind of got a direction, right?
Yeah.
But did they accidentally light something on fire on the way? Is the real question.
You don't see any forest fires right now.
Damn it. No.
I'll be back in a second.
Alright.
Okay.
Are we going to have to be generous mercenaries again?
Well, the constable's like, I could offer you a job. My boys, we don't see a lot of combat. Few drunks, a few guys have too much to drink on the weekend. A few domestic violence calls. There's not a big crime problem in this area. If we've got some gang has moved in, maybe somebody a little more heavily armed could be persuaded to take care of this for us.
Kat's gonna step away and go and poke her head into the med bay and be like, hey guys, first off, how's Francis?
He's alive.
He's probably conscious by now.
Pro tip. Shoot the driver first.
Yeah. But glad you're still with us, though. Follow up to that. There's some guys out here wanting to give us a job to go find these guys that did this bullshit. How do you guys feel about this? Oh, and I got 2 heavy pistols. She, hands them off.
Adrian, chime in from the med bay. It's like, I need an hour to recharge, then I'm good.
Francis needs more than an hour.
That works. I'm gonna go take a nap.
What do we get paid for this?
Pokes her head back around the other corner. What are we getting paid for this?
That's a very good question. Let's see, how much did you get paid for the escort mission?
300, I think.
And Jason, just for your information, it's an 18 on the medical roll for
Excellent.
helping out Francis.
I don't have what we got paid for the escorting the guys or the delivery right handy.
Actually, we did. Because we split up to a fund for everybody, and then we have all got a small chunk of that.
Which one of y'all was going to be the note taker? I am sure I asked at some point.
Got some notes. I just don't have what we got paid for the, like the crate job. I know currently. One sec.
For the crate job, you hadn't decided.
Oh, had I not?
I thought it was like an obscene amount. We're all like, it's 2,000 cubles to deliver a crate. That'll be fine. I know right now we have
yeah.
200 in the group pool for the ship. At least that's what I've got down. If someone.
Okay, yeah, because we got a small chunk of that. Like we put the 200 in there, and what was left over, we split it between all of us. So.
Yeah, we got 300 each. Well, that was from
Mama Green.
That was from Achille.
Oh, that was what he paid. Okay.
Yeah, we got 300 each from Achille. Like once we split it up, it was 300 each, and then 200 into the ship fund. And
we got paid 300 total for the escort department.
Okay, yeah. Then I think we just split that up.
And you hadn't decided what this one was going to cost.
It was an obscene amount, and then
all you said is it's a lot more than the escort because we'd have to pay for fuel for compensation for fuel and landing, and all of that. I don't think we had decided what the amount was yet.
We'll say 600. So the sheriff or constable. Well, I figure I can scrape together 800 for you.
Peeks her head back into the med bay. 800?
Francis looks at Jade. It's money. It's revenge.
How long is your revenge list now?
It's, a length.
A link.
Wait, you have a list?
It's more of a notepad.
Like one of those little notepads that you can put in a pocket, or are we talking the ones that lawyers carry around?
Yes.
Okay.
It's actually more of a folder at this point. It even has a unicorn on it.
This has a way of
So Jade got a hold of it.
that blow up in his face.
You're one to talk.
I stayed on the ship.
You don't really have a revenge list until you've been carrying it from level 1 to level 20 before you check off the last of the names.
Which we did.
Yes, that was the D&D campaign we just wrapped up.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which was kind of
Gaius
annoying.
goes on the list in episode 1, or at level 1. At level 20, they finally check him off permanently.
Yeah, because we checked him off around 18 or 19, but he got turned into a lich after that, so...
Oh no.
Ah, that sucks.
He was the only person that went off the list and then back on, though. The list was extensive at different times, though.
Yeah. Although we also had the Death Knight that we killed routinely, but he just wouldn't stay dead.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so we're doing this. You guys are voting for in.
Yeah.
Go get some drugs off the street.
Sure.
Okay. Post her head back around the corner. They're in. Everyone else in.
I'm napping. Go away.
Heat's in.
Fuck you.
Thought you were napping.
Later.
You. Who's in charge with you folks? The constable.
We don't really have a captain, per se, if that's what you're asking.
Kind of a democracy.
From up in the cockpit here, GM, I like to think of myself as captain of the ship.
I
Love
can
you,
take this
Jim.
from you.
Somehow she finds him, throws something at him.
Muffled as he just closes his door.
And by a democracy, we more like the anarchy. It is anarchy. Let's just say
anarchy.
That.
Okay, as long as I get the job done, I guess.
It's like a lazy Susan of bastards.
If y'all need a car, we can give you one.
It'd save on fuel.
Yeah.
Is it good for like off road, or do we need to stick to
I say
paved
car.
path?
I say car. It's a hovering.
Ah.
Yeah, he's like any kind of terrain within limits. Really rocky terrain might give you some trouble, but any kind of ground or water, it'll go over just fine.
Follow-up question: do we have to bring this back in one piece? I mean, of course we're gonna try to, but
that would be preferred. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I mean, we'll have the dash cam on, so
Of course. We would never do anything horrible.
And I can just imagine this group like a Russian dash cam image.
Someone's hanging out the window.
Are they drifting in a tank?
Give Adrian enough time, he can make that happen.
We get fuzzy dice for this hovering car. We need to get
let
fuzzy
the guys
dice.
in the Russian military get a little bored, and they make it happen. If you haven't seen them, go ahead and Google drifting tanks.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah, you give Adrian a tank in an hour, he'll turn that thing into fucking Voltron.
Well, it had treads when we gave it to him, but now it's on like spider legs. We don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah.
It's an upgrade.
Like, what the hell did he do? You gave me an energy drink and left me alone for an hour.
Mind you, me, the engineer, going, just spider legs.
Mounted this plasma cannon on top.
And slowly,
They also gave it a
it develops as a season of robot wars between these two.
Yeah.
As ever escalating weapons of destruction.
Just a spinning razor disc.
Instead of like two robots fighting, it's just the two of us continually just building this super death machine to see who can outdo the other on like
While
its
we're on that
upgrade.
subject, if you actually look at the ship layout, the workshop's his room, the medical bay's mine. Just periodically, two robots will come out and like try to destroy each other in the hall.
Yeah.
Everyone just accepts it now and walks around.
Well, they're only about that big, so
Yeah. It's like Rock of Soccer robots in the hallway.
There's a betting pool going on.
Stepping on one's like Legos, it's just terrible.
Alright,
Okay,
so how long do y'all rest up?
I need at least an hour to get my powers back.
And
I would assume
Francis probably
Francis
needs
will-
overnight.
Yeah, I'd say at least a long rest. I mean, can we park the ship out here? Is that allowed by the constabulary? Or do we have to take it back within bounds?
It'd probably be best to take it back to the
Spaceport.
spaceport.
Okay.
I mean, he's like, it's just it's just the spaceport's just a patch of dirt too, but
A more secure patch of dirt.
yeah, slightly. I mean, they have some security.
I mean, we've seen how
Did a
well
lot
that
of
worked
good.
out.
Well, they have like
Yeah.
they have like a night watchman that keeps an eye out at night to make sure the kids don't come out and mess with nothing.
Where was the day watchman?
Apparently us.
Constable's like, I told you, never really had any major,
Yeah, unfortunately, it turns out the day watchman was actually Jonathan.
It might
Damn it, Jonathan!
Well, no, Adrian's asleep. He can't say anything, smartass. Damn it.
but he's dreaming smartass remarks.
Oh, yes, he is. There's electric sheep bouncing by, flicking everybody off.
Alright, so you hunker down for the night. When you get up in the morning, there is a message from the constable. Neither them nor station security pulled up any known individuals with the thumbprint. Carter was the guy that gave you the case.
Yeah,
Yep.
Stephen Carter.
Station security had no problem finding him. He was just at his home. Seems baffled by what's going on.
Uh-huh.
He gives them a
likely
list of what was supposed to
story.
be in the container. They're holding him for questioning and all that jazz. But he's got a clean record up to this point.
Would the could we send them a follow-up question? Would they have said that they reviewed any tapes where the box would have been stored previous to being picked up? Because I assume it just doesn't, sit somewhere unmonitored.
There is a gap in the recording.
Those bastards.
Let me at it.
And I will assist.
I don't know that the police would send civilians the recordings.
We are helping them in the investigation at this point.
And we have helped them
Yeah.
2 other times with the
Yeah.
guy with the sparkly
At this
box.
point, we actually have kind of built up at least a reliable reputation.
I'm basically the guy that, for the past week, have been sending them every criminal that we run into.
And let's face it, we're all adorable as heck.
Who's talking to them about this?
Oh god, please don't make Cat the face.
Who's contacting station security asking for this footage?
I think it should be,
If it has to do persuasion rolls, she has a +4.
I've got a -1.
Yeah, not Adrian.
Shaw!
Cat'll volunteer to try and sweet talk them.
Adrian's charisma's an 8.
Roll me persuasion.
It shows,
yeah.
doesn't it? Woo!
Not bad.
not 20.
Almost.
No.
It's a 17.
No, sorry, I was
It has a plus
actually
4.
scrolled up. So,
Hi, it's us again. The group with the guy that keeps kind of bugging you guys. We were just wondering if you guys, wouldn't mind, since we've helped you out with some other jobs, if we could have the raw copy of the tape where this box was stored, see if there's maybe any identifying markings on it that we could look into to try and help us out down on Planet's side, find these guys and bring them to justice and, keep some of the potential narcotics from traveling through the station and making your jobs a little bit harder. Please?
Yeah, sure. He can send you a copy of it.
Hey, passes it off to the tech boys.
All we request is that whatever you find out, you let us know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We've had our experts look over it. I don't think you're going to find anything, but,
Adrian will take a hold of it. And basically he'll sit it down on a screen, put it up. He will just put his head on the desk, just look like he's taking a nap on the desk, and he's going to full dive in and start examining this thing within the Matrix.
All right.
While he's full diving, Cat will be just braiding things into his hair.
It is long enough.
Just
All
now
right.
a thing.
So, you watch the video. Give me computer use.
Okay.
and he has advantage. I'm giving him a hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled that because he mentioned he was giving me a hand with this, so.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
I think basically I'm in the system, he's doing the hardware stuff while I'm in the system. Is how I'm seeing it.
Alright, so anyway, 21 is pretty good. You get in there, you're paying attention to the actual video. Nothing in the video seems to have been altered or, or changed. You're keeping up with kind of the timing. Stuff that's not visible, but
Yeah.
when you hit the spot where it blanks, or not, it does. It's not that it blanks; that it kind of skips.
Yeah.
All the timestamp and any other background information would be on there. It appears as about a 20-minute window where it was not recording.
Okay.
It's not that somebody's gone in and erased some data. It's that somebody turned the camera off.
She'll tap Adrian in the back of the head, realize he probably can't feel that. and like somehow type into one of the computer
I'll
screens.
say Avatar Adrian looks at her from the computer screen.
Yeah, can we check the other cameras? I mean, it's a big box. It had to be lifted with a forklift. I'm sure maybe we might see it elsewhere in the station if we can access the rest of the videos.
I could take a look.
They'd not ship you all the video on the station. There's all kinds of privacy issues with that.
We did follow the lady through the cameras last session. Like something similar to that.
Well, this would be getting into the storage. He was doing that kind of live by accessing the security system.
Okay.
By the way, Avatar
here.
Adrian looks a lot like the Cybermancer picture from the core rulebook, by the way, except human. Esque. He'll just sort of cross his arms and just... Well, like he's coming through the speakers talking to... Damn it, I completely forgot your character's name. I'm horrible at this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hull.
Hull, okay.
Yes.
I keep wanting to say Hull, and I'm like, that's not right. He'll look
a
at
ship's hull, spelled.
he'll look at Hull from the computer screen, just sort of like shrugs, like, well, from what I can see in here, there's just a 20-minute gap where this thing just was not recording. Somebody shut the camera off.
Wouldn't they need some kind of clearance to do that?
You would think.
For this section of the station, at least from what I was able to see from when I was in the security system chasing that woman through the station, you would need some form of clearance to access this level. Yeah.
Well, now the crate where the gap is, it was in a private warehouse at the time.
Yeah. He'll contact security again.
Station
Security.
security. What can I do for you now?
Security's
Sorry.
just tired of him.
This is in relation to that investigation. This, the warehouse that this box was in, do you happen to know where it might be, or if there's any kind of recording of who had access to it in the last 2 or 3 days since we received the mission?
Yeah, we got that on file. You know, who owns it.
Would there be a way for you all to check it, or if we could check it here for this investigation that we have?
Well, we've already questioned the owner. Basically, he owns a warehouse and rents out space inside it. And he's rented some out to Carter.
Would they need like a key code to get in?
He'll patch that through the speakers of what Kat just said.
Basically, what we're trying to do is like anyone that would have been in the. I'm sure you guys have already looked, and we're just crossing off all of our T's and dotting our I's.
Yeah, there were lots of people going in and out of the warehouse through most of that time. The outside of the warehouse has pretty good camera coverage. Inside is a little more spotty. Probably from the thought process of, if they can't get in without being seen, it's less important once they're inside. Or
I'm assuming you've reviewed. The owner of the warehouse has given you a list of everyone that has access to it, and you guys have, completely gone over it, I'm sure. But
we're
just
in the process
like
of
I
going
said.
down that list yet.
Okay.
We haven't got a hold of everybody
right.
yet.
Yeah, we're just crossing T's, dotting I's.
Oh, yeah, they understand.
Oh, well, I'm here. I can cross-reference some stuff for you if you'd like.
It's okay. They got their paperwork on it.
Okay.
All right.
Appreciates the offer, but
Yeah. He'll disconnect and pull back to the screen with Hull. It's like, well, they're currently looking at all of the information around the warehouse, but they're not done with that yet.
And now we hurry up and wait.
Or we just go into the woods and find these guys.
Do that too.
There is that possibility.
Since it's basically the next day at this point,
Mm-hmm.
can we get in touch with the constables to see if we got any information out of the two gentlemen that we picked up?
One of them is still recovering.
Let's see. Yeah, Adrian will open a comm and just throw it up on the screen next to him. Just like he pulled a tablet out and funk onto the screen for Hull to look at.
They're questioning one of them who claims, not to know anything. He was just hired to ride in this truck and help make the delivery. Or help steal the delivery. He didn't know what was even in it. He thought they were still in the supplies until they were ordered to start chunking the supplies out, and then started handing out those little boxes. He still doesn't know what's in the boxes. He was not privy to y'all's conversation.
Yeah, it's like, looks
However,
like we get to go
he is
camping
not
in the
local.
forest.
They're still checking around to make sure he's not from somewhere else on planet, but he is not from the local community. The accent's off. He's not in any of their records.
Have they identified the other guy that's still unconscious?
No, they have not.
Any information on the thumbprint?
There's nothing in their local database, which they had told you that. Well, the station, somebody had given you that information up early in the morning. But, they have sent it off to, what is it?
The local, CSI.
Yeah,
could take
like the
4
next
weeks.
step up in the, government-wise. They sent it to the equivalent of the FBI, basically.
That could take months. Okay.
It probably won't take months. It could take a little while. It could take a few days.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information for it to shift through.
I was like, do we want to try and find this trail while it's still findable?
Hell, that's what we're being paid to do.
Yeah.
Well, that was a mousetrap that just got set off. Okay. I'll be right back.
Oh no.
That's probably what the mouse said.
I'll be right back.
Catch him.
Didn't do a countdown.
Daniel will put a hand out on his poor unconscious body. Look,
Grab the shark.
Daniel looks at you. I'll just hold him and tell him I caught him.
He was sitting down. She's braiding the back of his hair this whole time. Tying obnoxious bows into it.
So anyway, the constable shows up. He has got a
Space El Camino.
well, it's another one of them kind of pickup type things. So
Yeah.
It'll sit 2 in the front seat. It's got a back seat, but then it's got a bed.
Does it have a space rifle rack?
It
Yeah.
does.
We have
Fantastic.
we have a Space El Camino of rampage here.
Being a space rifle rack, it doesn't actually connect. It just sort of hovers.
Even better. What's the worst that can go wrong with that?
Everything.
Exactly.
It's a question in Star Trek that the people that designed the holodeck should have asked.
Oh god. Are we gonna have a holodeck episode?
No, there are no holodecks.
Oh, okay.
No, because a holodeck makes no sense.
Don't
We're
you
all
want
gonna
to
put
have
on VR headsets and go unconscious. That'll be the episode.
Oh God. Don't.
still just going to be a weird period gothic romance story for no explicable reason?
For some reason, it's always like a Sherlock Holmes.
You just find out
Or-
Adrian's
or
really
a
into that sort of
Western.
thing. Or you
Well,
have
to
this
be
whole
fair-
weird lawnmower man experience, and Adrian turns out to be the bad guy that episode.
Bad guy the entire time. Okay, so we're taking the space pickup truck.
You can be a space El Camino if you want to be.
Sweet. Bribe one of the tech boys to have it play, like da 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 when we hit the.
We bring it back. It's got a flame job on the side now.
Yes. Like, can we just keep this as part of our reward? Somehow we've like lowered it.
Well, it hovers, so you can just adjust how much it hovers by. You know, and then you could have it, you know, not hover the same amount. I'm sure this car shows over all over the planet do that. Alright, so y'all are heading off into the woods.
Yep.
It appears so. Cat's sitting in probably the bed. Also, she would have taken one of the heavy pistols. I'll get the information, put it on it later-ish.
Alright, you see this road. I just realized I don't have the map size right, but that's okay, because we're probably not going to start this fight before we... Or, excuse me, this encounter. So as you're driving along, who is piloting this thing?
Preferably someone who actually has the pilot's.
I'm space vehicles
I don't
and the
think I have
occasional
land.
tractor.
Is anybody proficient with the land vehicles?
No.
Alright.
We thought we'd be in space.
We never dreamed we'd get a space El Camino.
To be fair, I think anybody can drive a basic vehicle. It's just if things start happening, we have to make checks. You won't have any proficiency with the check, you know.
Yeah.
Difference between driving down to the corner store and getting into a car chase.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, we can't Tokyo Drift.
No, probably not.
Damn.
Although it would actually probably be really easy in a hovering vehicle.
Let's not try it. It'd be our luck we roll bad and tip it.
I can't remember if the third Doctor ever did it with his hovercraft or not. Alright. So anyway, you get into rockier terrain, you know, kind of getting up into some of the hills. I hesitate to say road, though it's a wide enough path for vehicles. And it's clearly been, you know, intentionally set up that way. But you pass between two kind of, you know, rock cliffs on either side. And y'all never did answer who was actually driving. Don't all volunteer at once.
Dan will drive.
Did we want to volunteer Adrian since he's not here?
None of y'all want Adrian driving.
Oh, what's
Probably
the actual?
not.
What's the actual skill and or?
Piloting
say
uses
you'll-
Dex, I believe.
Ah, My dex is only a +1, so
What is Dan
If it's
+1.
if it's Dex, it's Oh, I have a +3.
All right, Francis, Cat, or Francis, Jay, either one of y'all got better?
No. Dex is 2.
All right, Cat. It all depends on you. Roll your dice.
One second, I was putting in the heavy pistol. What am I rolling?
Pilot.
Okay, what would that be? Would just be a Dex check?
Could just be Dex, yes.
Okay, I'm just
'cause
gonna
there isn't a pilot skill.
Oh, I was
That's
thinking
the-
there was
Yeah.
a pilot skill.
No, there isn't.
Oh, I'm thinking Starfinder again. That's the disadvantage of running both of them at the same time. That's right. I think it was. Go ahead and give me Dex. It is Dex. But
Oh, fudge balls. Okay.
I think it's just Dex, and then if you're proficient, you get your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, nah, I rolled a d20 plus my Dex and
Vehicles
got a
look
1
like
plus
tools.
3. Sorry,
No.
guys!
Alabama man.
She's like texting and driving or something. Mask shorts out.
Daniel shouts in the back, wait, turn back around. You missed one of the potholes.
It's fine, it hovers. How did I even hit the pothole?
That was gonna be my question. Okay, I've never actually gotten to use this expression in a game. I've only ever made jokes about it. Rocks fall, and next week we'll find out if the party dies.
Oh no!
Oh.
If I just killed the party, I'm going to feel very bad.
Well, worst case scenario, you just killed the party. Best case scenario, maybe it was just a Space El Camino you healed. Poor thing didn't last no time.
At this point, me being an engineer may be coming in handy now.
Yeah.
It's just a little beer can. It's still good.
All right, Eric, you just missed Sarah killing the party.
Say what?
I rolled a 1 to pilot this car because I had the highest
Lord.
Dex, and then the dice hate me.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
rocks
It's
fell,
fine.
and well,
Sure.
when we tune in next week, we'll know if the party died or not.
Okay.
They were passing through these two gorges, and there was a rock slide.
Oh, fun.
And like I said, natural 1. So anyway, it's a few minutes early, but we don't have time to really get into this next part. So we will wrap up here for the night. I want to thank everybody that was watching and everybody involved in the raid. Who was it that raided us? Curious Crafts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who that actually is because I can't keep up with all the names of people on Twitch. I'm too old. I've barely figured out how to pop the Twitch chat out where I can keep up with it. But again, I've been your GM for the evening, Jason, and playing with me has been Eric as Adrian, Taylor as Danru, Sarah as Kat, Patrick as Hull, and Zach and Anna as Francis and Jade, respectively.
Yodels.
Tune in next week, find out if Sarah killed the party or not.
I'll have my new sheets ready.
Or if she survives, see how much experience she gets from killing us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we do survive, did we level up?
Yeah.
I will have all the experience sorted out by next time.
Okay.
You have my word, which is probably famous last words. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming by. I hope y'all come by and watch us next week. Bye.